Welcome back to yet another episode of Flavours of Europe. Our guest today is a chef who's a trailblazer in his own right. He began his journey at the IHM in Delhi in the 90s, and since then, there has been no turning back. From steering the ship at the prestigious hotels like the Oberoi, the Leela, to diving headfirst into the world of entrepreneurship with over 20 years of culinary experience, he truly amplifies the never say never spirit. Please join me in welcoming the one and only Chef Ashish Bhasin. Hello, Chef. Welcome to the Flavours of Europe. We are happy to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, Samir. The introduction was wonderful, and I can't wait to dive in the world of food with you.
Well, me neither. So let's get started, shall we?
Absolutely.
So, Chef, where others see challenges, you see possibilities. For starters, tell us how you become part of this profession and how have the past 26 years been for you?
You say 26 years, but for me, honestly, feels like 26 minutes. But yes, it's hard for a lot of people to believe that when I first decided to be a part of hotel industry, I was still testing the waters to see if the profession was for me. I've had a very extensive career with many highlights. My favorite being becoming executive chef in 8 years at Trident Udaipur, me being appointed as one of the first people in India to head Oberoi Rajvilas in Jaipur. And the best part, the more I'm diving deeper into this field, the more I'm realizing that I'm getting started because the learning curve is truly endless.
You continue to have a very rewarding career, which has very literally taken you to different places. Which are some of the countries where you've really enjoyed cooking, and what are some of the cooking lessons you've brought back with you?
Yes, Samir, I've truly been fortunate to see the world through a global lens. Take an instance, a time when I was working with the Oberoi Ashish. In Egypt, the diners turn up with the expectation of savoring their traditional favorites with a creative spin. And it's in moments like this, you truly understand the power of the local ingredient. What I learned is, it's very important to celebrate every ingredient in your creation.
What encourages you to keep going back in time?
Understanding the history also sheds light on how our country has been open to diversity. It's so fascinating to read history and the food-related stories because it helped me understand the authenticity and the tradition that go behind crafting unique delicacies. Honestly, it's so much fun to go back in time and recreate unique dishes with my daughter.
Getting to my next question, Chef, which are the 3 European ingredients that are always part of your grocery list?
Lots and lots of cheese, chocolate, and balsamic vinegar. Everyone at home loves all of these in great proportions. My favorites are halloumi pidio from Cyprus, Greek cheese cubes from Denmark, and beechwood smoked cheese from Netherlands. You will always see me hiding chocolates with hazelnut praline filling from Belgium because my daughter tends to finish it before I find my way to it. Just kidding, but yes, we all love it equally.
Wow, that's quite a fancy array of ingredients that you've got there. You know, just the other day, I caught up with some of my friends and I noticed something. They take pride in what they purchase, even for everyday essentials. Do you think this perspective also reflects in the way people are purchasing European produce?
Consumers are consistently on the lookout for high quality, sustainably produced ingredients, ensuring that it comes directly from the farm to the table. And frankly, the European Union ticks all these boxes. Traceability schemes, labels, they all certify that the food producers strictly follow the rules all along the production and the supply chain from farming to packaging.
What are the common signs that people should keep in mind just to be sure that they're consuming authentic ingredients from the European Union?
It's simple. You just need to do a few quick checks. The first step is to check whether the ingredient has the distinct geographical indication label on it. Once you see the label, the next step is to identify what it stands for. If you see a label that is red in color with PDO written on it, it is protected designation of origin label. PDO is an identification mark that indicates the strongest link to the place in which the ingredients are made. Every part of production, packaging, processing must take place in the specific region. Another label that you should keep an eye out for is the PGI label, which is blue in color. The protected geographical indication emphasizes the relationship between the specific geographical region and the name of the product, where a particular quality, reputation, or other characteristic is essentially linked to its geographical origin. For most products, at least one of the stages of production, processing, or preparation takes place in this region. The surest way to truly know is to bring the product home. Take a bite, and there's no way you won't guess whether the ingredient is authentic or not, because the European ingredients speak for themselves. It's that good.
Also, chef, there is an increase not only in the curiosity about the ingredients, but also the entire culinary scene is always moving from one trend to the other. Do you think that the origin of the recipes and the ingredients gets lost in translation?
For instance, a couple of years back, Indian diners may have been a little skeptical to try out the traditional honey roasted pork ham from Belgium. The skepticism may have stemmed up from the fact that firstly, is it safe for consumption? Not only for consumers, even I am scared of picking up a pork from a local vendor. And secondly, how would it taste? However, when it comes to safety, the European Union makes no compromises. For every piece of meat that is produced, it is not only examined for presence of antibiotics, but a meticulous record is kept at every stage of production, so you know exactly which animal and which farm your meat has been sourced from. Therefore, safety is never a worry anymore. If you now mention that you tried a new meaty dish in a room full of culinary enthusiasts, they would be impressed by how open your palate is. And it doesn't just stop at that. Take, for example, the timeless European classes like pasta pesto, goulash, pierogi. People across the world are inquisitive. Also very interesting European ingredients like ciabatta bread from Spain, prosciutto crudo from Italy, and bacon from Netherlands are slowly becoming more and more popular in India too. What makes these ingredients truly authentic is the centuries of tradition and expertise that go into perfecting the art of creating these dishes. Alongside these, chefs are becoming increasingly curious to experiment with different ingredients like green apple and elderflower syrup from France, with hazelnut crunch chocolate from Belgium, clear mint drops from Germany. It's the trendsetter that nudged these ingredients and the dishes into the spotlight.
Well, that's a great way to look at it. Did your culinary research reveal how past European influences have found their way into our current food habits?
Centuries of trade and cultural exchange has left an incredible mark on us. Take, for instance, the Portuguese influence seen in the beloved Vindaloo, where European spices seamlessly blend with the Indian flavors. The Dutch legacy is reflected in the rich tradition of baking and confectionery. The French art of patisserie has also made its mark. And interestingly, I think that it's not just what we eat, but also the way we eat has been influenced by the European culture. Indian buyers are more careful about consuming ingredients which are produced with food safety rules in place. And the European Union is at the forefront of this.
I couldn't agree more. It's the era of true experimentation. Now tell us a few dishes where you've seamlessly infused European flavors into traditional Indian recipes.
This could run into a long list, so I will keep it as short as I possibly can. Kheer is such a beautiful canvas for experimenting with flavors. For instance, I add few tablespoons of bitter orange fruit spread from Austria to give it a nice hint of orange. along with this, while I truly enjoy homely bowl of aloo shimla mirch ki sabzi, I also add high quality shiitake mushroom from France and porcini mushroom white truffle paste from Italy to give it a nice creamy texture. And of course, since I am from Ajmer, Rajasthan, how can I miss out kachoris and matris? I stuff my kachoris with blackberries from Belgium to balance out the spiciness with the sweetness, and I fry my matris in authentic olive oil from Greece. Which one would you like to try, Samir?
Well, chef, you know that I'm a true foodie and would probably end up eating everything that you mentioned on the list. But if it had to be one dish, let me think. I think I'll pick the kachoris.
That's a good choice.
Okay, now tell us, if you could time travel and live in the past, who would you want to be and which European dishes would you give a desi twist to?
I love being a chef so much that in every life, it's who I would want to be every day. I love European dishes, but I also enjoy infusing them with flavors that resonate with us in India. To give a desi touch to a pastrami sandwich from Romania, I'll transform into a flavorful masala toast. Instead of a pastrami, I'll opt for chicken cocktail sausage from Denmark for a succulent twist. Adding a layer of Mild Edam cheese from Netherlands brings the creamy element, and to enhance the Indian flavor profile, I'd spread a generous amount of mint coriander chutney on the bread. Another dish I would get creative with is the moussaka from Greece, which has layers of eggplant, potatoes, mincemeat, and a savory tomato-based sauce. I'd make this dish a vegetarian one by incorporating a medley of fresh vegetables sourced from across Europe. Baby carrots from Netherlands, lettuce arugula from Italy, and Havarti cheese slices from Denmark would be perfect for this dish.
Would you launch these dishes as the current signature creations at your restaurant?
Of course, there are no second thoughts about it.
And in fact, new chefs are also increasingly getting more creative. When you mentor young chefs, you get a chance to see different perspectives. How do these views shape the future of the culinary industry?
Mentoring young chefs is like having a backstage pass to the future of culinary world. Each budding chef brings a unique perspective, a fresh set of ideas, a dash of enthusiasm to the kitchen. In a way, interacting with them is a delightful two-way street. While I share my experience and knowledge, I also get a front row seat to witness the evolution of taste buds, trends, and techniques, and let me tell you, the future looks super exciting.
I hope the chefs know how lucky they are to have someone like you to guide them. With this, we come to the end of this interview. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Your journey is very inspiring, and we are very excited for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Samir. It was a conversation I really enjoyed.